She fell, she fought, and in the end, she emerged victorious. This is the woman of today, and she is made of steel. Come and watch how she slays.
Today is She Slays. Well, that's a segment I do every Thursdays. And I speak to entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, going by the name She Slays, who have been breaking new ground. And they have not only been taking new paths and showing others new directions, but also kind of breaking these stereotypes. It's about time that women take up things that they feel strongly about and not worry about whether it is meant for a particular gender. Today, we're going to talk about the environment on She Slays, because Elsie Gabriel is someone who has taken to the environment, especially the oceans, to heart. And she has been learning so much more about the oceans and educating others, youngsters as well as adults alike, to know more about the oceans and how we have to get down to saving them. She's also the founder of Young Environmentalist Program Trust. Elsie Gabriel on She Slays today. Elsie, so nice to have you on the show. A warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Annie. It's fantastic being here.
Elsie, an environmentalist, I think what we've seen in the past 2 or 3 decades, especially now that more and more is being talked about as climate change is becoming more and more real, is that it's something we have taken up, you and many others like you have taken up as a choice, a very, very conscious decision to become an environmentalist, to learn more about what's around us and to teach others, because it's extremely important to impart that knowledge. So give us a little bit of the backstory as to when did you feel that this is your calling?
In fact, I came to Bombay, to study mass communications and went into journalism. And then in 2005, it was the Mumbai floods that made international news.
Right.
And I saw that the whole of Powai Lake had flown into the Methi River in an particular area called Filterpada near Powai, Mumbai. I stay in Hiranandani Gardens. So we would go out and do social work, which is the usual, biscuits and blanket. But then when we look deeper, we saw that it is just not, what hits the naked eye. There's much more below that. So I went into research and saw that there were so many plastic bags which had gutted the nalas, the stormwater drains, and also the Methi River tributaries. Now we have the Powai Lake here where we live very close by. I've been researching on it for the last 15 years, the water hyacinth and the crocodiles. So the water goes into the Methi River, and then from there, the water goes out into the oceans in Mumbai. So that's where it was getting clogged, and that's how the floods took place. So that moved me into going below, just the tip of the iceberg.
Sure.
And it was passion and it was concern that you need to do much more than, just look at a very grave picture which happened during the floods. And therefore, we started researching on plastic bags and how we need to ban it and how we need to work with the system. Instead of criticizing the system, we need to work with the municipality. We need to work with the local communities. Therefore, I got a bunch of women together. And today that number has grown. And we did research, and we are now called the Young Environmentalist Program Trust. And we are all seniors, we are all experts in our own field from different backgrounds, banking and teaching and everything else. Many are housewives. But I wanted to prove that there should be gender equality. You can promote women in, taking up the task. We have that innate ability and that innate, aptitude for giving and caring. So I think more women getting involved in taking care of planet Earth, it's a win-win situation. You're looking after your home. We're great multitaskers.
Absolutely.
And we can manage both, so I think our women can manage planet Earth and given the chance, and also, and now the world is accepting, and including women in decision making, and women are responding. They are rising up to take up the cause for sustainable development and for planet Earth.
That's beautiful. I'm really glad to know that there was also gender that you thought about. There was also the general strengths that women can bring on board. Coming back to the fact that you looked at no gender discrimination whatsoever, or that you wanted to play with the strengths of the women and let people also realize that the aptitude and ability that women naturally have could be put to use and how it can help change the environment. Talking about the oceans again, when did you fall in love with the oceans and decided that you've got to learn a lot more about how they function, so you know where, as citizens and as the human species, we are going wrong?
In fact, the oceans absorb so much of our carbon,
Mm.
and therefore the world needed to know that, you know. So, as a deep sea diver, I've researched in places like the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, the Maldives, as well as I've dived in Bali, Bahamas, Great Cayman, Mexico,
Mhm.
and Mauritius. And of course, in our own backyard, like the Andamans and Lakshadweep Islands, where I've been
Right.
researching in the Lakshadweep Islands as well over the last 4 years.
Right.
And it is a fact that we need to get the indigenous community, the traditional tribals surrounding these ocean communities to be agents of change. We
Right.
need to educate them and the student community about ocean literacy. So that was my focus as a deep sea diver.
Mhm.
And of course, I do have surfers who are agents of change now,
Sure.
who talk about environment, and also who divers as agents of change, who can, make their passion also a mission, for marine debris, as well as plastics on the beaches, and well as the student community. So if we increase environment and ocean literacy in our curriculums, I think the young mindset is ready now, is also needs a voice. And
Right.
more than 35% of, the world's population is youth. And I
Right.
think the youth need to be included in decision making and action plan. And I think once they're equipped, once they're taught, once they're empowered, they can make a change. So therefore, I took up as a mission, and I founded, and today I am the co-chairperson of an organization called the Ocean School, which is an alliance between the Reef and the Young Environmentalist Program Trust in Lakshadweep Islands, where we do
Nice.
have outdoors education. So it's not a building, it's not a school per se with four walls. It's out there looking at the octopus, the starfish, seeing the reefs at low tide, taking
Wow.
a reef walk, or seeing the turtles and seeing the seagrass, the meadows, and studying about the winds, the waves, the tsunamis. So it's first-hand education out there in the ocean side, which once you experience that with all your senses, I think a child or a student or a researcher will never ever forget, So it's what I'm propagating is ocean literacy, which is fun and enjoyable, as well as interactive education. I mean, the students and the youth need something which is more interactive and fun. So
And
therefore, I
more
focus on
grounded, something that is so much more
yes,
grounded in the literal sense of the word. Something
yes,
that is
yes,
so basic, so earthy, something that we are all originally connected to. We seem to have lost that connection, and you're helping
right.
rebuild that connection through ocean
Yes.
literacy. This is beautiful. So, if one needs to be part of this session or wants to learn and get this sort of certification from you, then we just have to look up the Young Environmentalist Program Trust. Are you available on
Yes.
the internet?
Yes,
Yeah.
Look at www.youngenvironmentalistprogram.org. And you can also look at oceanschoolindia.org and
Wow.
come and dive with us in Lakshadweep and, have a 2-week session for internship, as well as learn the courses and the modules in the areas that you're interested in. And I think more and more people know that, the planet needs oceanographers. They need
Right.
environmental lawyers. They need marine biologists. There are career options for tomorrow, biotechnology.
Absolutely.
And, there are so many options, which here in India, our young people need to know that they can also have a career which is a win-win, looking after planet Earth as well as making a solid career out of it. So that's what Ocean School is all about.
Wow, that's amazing. We've got to learn more about the various sessions you've done and the places you've been to.
And I
Deep sea
invite you,
diving.
in fact, you have to come diving with us.
I will. I cannot swim to save my
Yes.
life, but I will.
No problem. You don't need to swim. I want to tell people you don't need to be a swimmer, because, you just stand in a few feet of water and you just
Sure.
learn to float. And if you
Yes.
ever feel overwhelmed, you just stand up and you're still there. Below your knees, the water is.
Sure.
Yeah, but when you look down, you see the fishes and the starfish and the baby turtles. It's a whole new
Wow.
world out there. So tell me when you're coming to Lakshadweep diving.
I will. I will. At the end of this interview, I'm sure I would have made up my schedule, and I'm definitely a go for this. Thank you so much for the invitation. And going back to the Young Environmentalist Program Trust and the Ocean School India that you're talking about, these are some game-changing scenarios you have created, and you've been recognized for it. You're working with the government of Maharashtra. You're also working with some international agencies to ensure that there is exchange of programs and exchange of research and studies. Through the Young Environmentalist Program Trust, one is you have Ocean School India. That's where one can look up and learn about ocean literacy. But through this Young Environmentalist Program Trust, how do you teach young adults about, how is it that you can feel the environment? How is it that you can contribute in your own little ways to change what is around you to begin with?
So for this, I was trained by former Vice President of USA, Mr. Al Gore himself, in Brazil, Rio. And then it is on the different modules of how you deal with the different age groups of the community, different sectors. I've been certified by him personally. And then I went on to do a senior professional course at Harvard as well for team management. And I'm always, indulging in self-growth. So age no bar. There is no stopping me, because you feel that self-growth is a part of your happiness.
Sure.
And if you're happy and your cup is full, you're going to look after the family, you're going to look after the planet, and you're going to do more dedicated work towards the society at large. So always keep at tandem your self-growth. So I keep equipping myself with courses, online courses. During the COVID, I've been, doing over about 18 courses on marine biology and on sustainability. So I request our listeners to keep on, indulging in self-growth. And that's where you find your happiness quotient going up.
Right.
And therefore, you are more, happy in the place that you work, or whatever work that you do in, whether it's social work or, if you're a banker or whatever you are, you will be much happier. So like I tell them, you can always dive into the world and then you can emerge and then you could get back into a fresher world in the office. It's like that. Yeah. So basically, the same modules I apply in the classrooms, where environment education is done away with as a compulsory subject 5 years ago by the government.
Yes.
Therefore, they fused it into chemistry and physics and biology and what have you. So what we teach is that every subject is somehow related to environment, whether you're writing in environment, that's English, whether it's geography and the whole world, it's again environment. So of course, your chemistry, physics, and biology all are part of environment studies. So therefore, we link all the chapters to environment education, and all the project work that is at the back, we take them outdoors field work and ensure that their project work is done outdoors in the field. So they get a first-hand knowledge, get their hands dirty, get their feet wet, see what a water hyacinth is all about, see the crocodile, see what, eutrophication is all about, see what water pollution is all about. And when you pick up that plastic, and then you hand it over to the Karamchari, and then that people work, to clean up the planet, and therefore you are also a part of keeping it clean. So that's where I draw the connection. And that's how they come back refreshed, and they know that, instead of preaching to them that don't use plastic or don't throw plastic, when they come outdoors and they really collect the plastic, and then they know. And then I take 2 steps back and take them into the nalas and the stormwater drains and retrace their steps. And then that's how they come to know that, yes, you have to work with the system, and it all begins with us, the educated people. And the youth are more receptive, and they're more open-minded, and they are so innocent. So it's time that we also didn't waste their time, and its time is so precious even for them, because they have a whole study and workload. So what we do is connect the curriculum with the programs. So we are assisting the teachers, the schools, and the programs together to complete those projects and the environmental studies at the same time. So that's how we work in tandem with them. Yeah. Yeah.
That is brilliant. Elsie, I'm really, really proud and glad to have had this conversation with you. I'm very, very glad that we have someone like you working, bringing people together, educating them about the environment and the oceans. Now that we know what you do, and I'm really, really hoping that a lot many more of us come join you in the agenda you have and of being the agents of change. I am going to slip into a set of questions that are very different from what we've been talking about, kind of make it slightly lighthearted and sort of change gears. You're going to enjoy it. So let's talk about the digital platforms. Digital platforms have taken over our world, and entertainment has become a big deal on digital platforms. We, in fact, have seen a lot of people using entertainment to even educate about environment on social media platforms. So I would like to know, is there any movie you watched recently on a social media platform? Did you have the time? If you did, which one was it and how did you like it?
A film on digital media?
Yeah, any film, any film.
Okay, I think the last one was the Turtle, My Teacher. In fact,
Yes.
It was a film which was shot over many, many years. And so passionate, a simple creature under the ocean can teach you so much,
Yes.
And a simple story, simplicity in all its form, but so educational and so moving.
Yes.
So that was something that I was hooked on to. And whenever I dive, I can relate to it because we're chasing turtles and just seeing turtles wave back at us. So it's a beautiful story.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is indeed. Okay, moving on to the next question. What are two of the places that are on your bucket list right now? Places to travel to.
I haven't dived in Palau and Fiji and Hawaii.
Ooh.
And after Great Barrier Reef, I wanted to go to Fiji but couldn't make it because of the weather. So I'm looking forward to diving in Fiji and in Hawaii, and also San Diego. San Diego. I have dived in South Africa and South America, and it's been a beautiful. I've been blessed, in fact, and I'm lucky. And it's all been part of a beautiful journey. And I'm a gypsy mom. I have 2 kids and a husband and a home to take care and a dog. But what I'd like to tell women out there is take care of yourself. And if you take care of yourself and you look after yourself, and you're going to be more enhanced and empowered to look after your family, your work. And you're going to be a happier person, and therefore you're going to make a happier world for the next generation. So Absolutely. I'd like to tell women, follow your dreams, keep your passion burning bright. And, there's no age bar. Whatever age you are at and you want to dream a dream, live the dream. Live the dream.
That's beautiful. You also had a beautiful family who supports you and who have supported you through and through.
Yes, they make sacrifices.
That's brilliant. Brilliant. Knowing what you know today, what advice would you like to give your 16-year-old self?
Oh my God. I have not so much time. I feel, if I was 16, I would be already diving at 16. And I would get more people and, to teenagers to dive. I mean, teenagers, this is a message for you that you need to go out there and discover a whole new world of the ocean. Whether it's surfing or diving or oceanography or marine biologist, the ocean is a whole new world that you need to discover. Right. And it's takes away all your toxins. It's part of ecological healing, spirituality. Right. And I think water as an element, which is very, very healing by itself as well. And there's sunshine on the beach and a lot of fun as well. So you have everything by the ocean. So I would say be an ocean buff if I was 16.
That's beautiful. Okay, where's your happy place then? I think it's a very straightforward question, but I'm still asking you anyways. Where's your happy place?
Okay, my happy place is a tiny little island called the Bangaram Islands at Lakshadweep. It's totally uninhabited, and it is a tiny little island, and it is surrounded by the ocean. And the waters can be visibility, and the crystal clear waters can be compared to those of Maldives and Bahamas. So it's a hidden gem in the Indian continent, and India should know and go and discover it.
Wow, that's beautiful. What
I've been
job are you?
diving with the sharks there. I've been diving with the
Wow,
turtles there, and
brilliant.
the octopuses and silverfish, and it's shallow as well. So you can go snorkeling if you're not going to dive, or you can
Sure.
just go wading in the water, and you'll see streams and schools of fishes. And there are palm trees and white sandy beaches, and it is absolutely a piece of heaven on earth. And India is so lucky to have this. Yeah.
Wow. What job are you terrible at, Elsie?
What am I terrible at? What am I terrible at? Oh my God. I just love, I can't say right now. It just doesn't, yeah, in fact, I can't fake it. And I'm not good at lying.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it doesn't become me. And I have no grace. It's either black or white.
Oh,
So,
oh,
some people don't
bravo.
take that.
Bravo.
Some
I
people
love that.
don't take that easily, and I don't have the knack of diplomacy, and that's what I'm terrible at.
Ooh, bravo. What are you most afraid of, Elsie?
I'm most afraid of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
afraid of time. I
Uh,
feel I don't have enough time. I always feel that we always think that we have time,
right.
but it's just not enough. There's so much there to do out there in the world. The
Sure.
world needs us, whether it's you're in the medical cancer sector or the research sector or literacy sector or poverty or environment or climate change. There's so much to do out there, and we're running out of time. Like the planet is running out of time,
Sure.
and we are like the pandemic. The climate change is also going to be a pandemic, an unseen pandemic.
Right.
Therefore, we're taking it for granted, and therefore,
Sure.
I think time is very, very crucial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself, Elsie?
My age. I wish I could turn the clock back 25 years back, because age is something you cannot buy.
Right.
But of course, in my head, I'm still 25, so it's not really age. Yes.
That's so sweet. Okay, if you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be?
An expert. I think I would also like to, navigate a ship.
Uh-huh.
Because I can dive now under the water, but I'd also like to navigate a ship and go in the middle of the ocean and
Wow.
research more, study more. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. What are some of the qualities you really value in people that are close to you, that you spend time with?
I think simplicity, integrity, and saying it as it is.
Sure.
These are the values. Yeah. And I also believe in hard work. If you're passionate about something, you're dreaming about something, make it a reality through hard work. I mean, there's nothing at my age I can say that replaces hard work.
Sure.
If you're not prepared, that's number one. I'd like to tell the audience, preparedness is very, very, very important. Never take preparedness for granted and hard work for granted, because no one else is going to do that for you. I mean, all the places are taken. You have to do you, and you have to be you. So
Right.
think about that and be well prepared and be ready to work hard. And if you work hard in the area that you're passionate about, it won't be really called hard work.
Sure.
It'll be something
Sure.
that you love it, and it'll just be as smooth as that. Yes.
Absolutely. What dessert makes you go weak in your knees?
Creme brulee. Yes, it is a very big favorite of mine.
Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh, those days, I think it was Sean Connery and James Bond.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. What's your favorite time of the day?
I think 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Early
I believe
riser?
in the power of 5 a.m.
Right.
And I get up, I have meditational music, whether it's the rainforest rain music or the Om chant or the forest music, and wilderness basically just
Right.
inside me, especially during the COVID times. Some
Right.
outdoors music to just waken me up very softly into the day. And so that's and you think more and you jot down all your agenda for the day.
Sure.
And discover the power of 5 a.m. In fact, go ahead and see what more you can put in more hours into your 24 hours if you get up at 5 a.m.
Lovely.
No matter what time you sleep.
Yeah. What's your favorite beverage?
Oh, plain nimbu pani. That's
Nice.
fresh lime water, salted. It's refreshing, and it is just simple and plain. And wherever you are on this planet, you can always ask for lime water.
Yeah.
And it's a detox. It's a detox,
Yes,
good for your skin. And now with COVID on, it's very good for vitamin C and your coughs and colds, and it's an antioxidant. So
Absolutely. And your last question, what is it that you're looking forward to in 2022? Something very big that's happening or is about to happen, or you're working around?
I hope the world, realizes the Paris Agreement. I hope the governments come together and make climate change commitments a reality. Because people and youngsters and the youth and communities have been imploring, our governments to really, really take action. And each government is doing their bit, but it is the people's involvement that matters. And I think the community needs to get up and join forces with the government to make climate action, climate mitigation a reality, and to reach that zero net, emission. So, like I said, you could do simple things. And talking about 2022, like during the whole 3 years of COVID, I've asked people to do simple things like do a plastic audit in your home. You can start with that. You don't need to get out, and you don't need to take time away from your studies or the work that you're doing on your desk. You just need to start with your bathrooms, your kitchen, your bedroom and halls, and see everything that's plastic. Slowly try and collect it and discard it, and see what you can do to replace it with mason jars, glass jars, biodegradable wood, or porcelain or stainless steel. Go back to where we were. India was always so famous with stainless steel dabbas and our pattal plates and everything. So detox your home of plastics and get rid of it, because methane gas is real and it contributes to global warming and greenhouse gases. So while COVID is still on, it's back again in the third wave. My message to you is do that plastic audit right from your closet to your bathroom to your kitchen, and discover that you made a change already. And also indulge in zero waste habits. I have on my Instagram a page on zero waste habits, where you make little changes, and you can calculate how you can go waste free. And lifestyle changes for a common man, the listener here today, is so easy to adapt to. And you can make 2022 a reality of going, helping the government to cut carbon emissions.
Absolutely. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful note I'll be closing the interview on. It was lovely speaking with you, Elsie. Thank you for all the good work you have been doing and you continue to do. Thank you for inspiring us. And together, I hope many, many scores of agents of change join you in this attempt and as well as effort that you're putting in to try and change first, of course, the world, the people, their mindsets, and also saving our environment, our planet on the whole. Thank you once again, Elsie, and all the very best.
Thank you so much, Amy. And I must congratulate you on your show, which is Cool Green. And green is cool. It's fabulous. I mean, you are an agent of change yourself right there. So bravo and hats off to you. Keep up the good work, and you're a green crusader yourself. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Elsie, my name is Annie, not Amy. So you'll have to just say that again.
Annie.
Yeah.
Annie. Yeah. So Annie, I'm so proud of you, Annie, because you're a green crusader yourself. I mean, you have started the show, and it is your part that you're doing to, curb emissions and fight climate change. So I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.